on his home on Princeton Avenue, encounters two individuals that appear to be to us hiding in the front area of his house. Once he appears there and starts up his steps, the two of them come in right behind the family with handguns, follow them into the residence, and in a very short period of time, they escort the victim, 38-year-old male, out of the residence back to his vehicle. His vehicle is a 2023 Jeep Wagoneer, black in color. He's placed in the vehicle against his will, and they leave that area. They immediately drive a short distance away to where his brother lives. They go to the brother's house after some back and forth with a phone, and take his brother from his residence, which is located a short distance away on Comley. And now both of them are zip tied with their hands bound while they're in the car, and they leave that area. The entire time they're driving, this whole incident takes about 45 minutes. They're being assaulted with firearms, struck with the firearms, and the money's being demanded by the victims, telling them to call their family, have someone provide us with money. This encounter goes to another location, we believe, in South Philadelphia. We don't know why they went into that area. They left that area relatively quickly and went into an area in East Division in the 24th District. At some point, the car is parked on Albright Street. The police do see it there. The males were able to flee the vehicle, and the victims were still bound and obviously injured from being assaulted inside the car. They both separated when they left. One went one way, one went the other from the car. One, we think, jumped on a bike. We're not positive of that, but we think he jumped on a bike, and they left the area. Both last seen, one around Carl and Carl Street, just below Castor. The other one is seen Frankfurt, just above Castor. So they're in the same area, but they're fleeing that area. We don't know. We're still looking for video. We have some video from Princeton, the residence, but we're trying to enhance that video. We have several locations. We now know where they were, so we're looking for more video. We're going to release some still images to you through Public Affairs. One of the males is described as about 5'8", medium built. He has a black bomber jacket on. You can see a white T-shirt underneath. Both of them are masked, but he has a mask completely covering his face, except for the eye area. He has a handgun in his hand. The second male's about 5'11" to 6 foot. He has a navy blue jacket on. Both of them seem to have some type of backpack on. And this is the male we think jumped on a 10-speed bike and left the area. We don't know if he stole the bike or he had the bike laying there waiting. There was money taken from our complainants. It was a small amount of money, not small amount, but several $100s. I don't know what they were looking for. This appears to be a targeted incident. These males, they waited at the house for this individual to get home. He was visiting a friend, so it's obvious they knew he was coming home, and they waited there. So we're just not sure what's going on.
Does it seem like with the victims that did they own like a business or something like that? Like, would they be known?
I'm not going to get too descriptive, but they're at this point they appear to have been targeted. So we're trying to backtrack to see who might be involved in identifying them as being a target.
Was this incident related with the other home invasion that happened the same day?
The other home invasion, you're referring to the one like around Tabor. We believe that was a totally different circumstance. The woman in that case left her door open. She went down to talk to a neighbor. When she came back, that individual was already in her house. He took her upstairs, took some money out of her bedroom, and then fled. We don't think that has anything to do with this. The description's not really the same either.
There was another one on Marwood Road that did kind of have a similar description with zip ties. It was a man sitting on his porch. They took him inside and zip tied him and his 13-year-old, and then took $1,000.
So we're looking to compare video, but right now I don't have this incident connected to any other incident. At this point, we'll update that if we think they're connected, but at this point, I don't have any connection.
I was told the suspect in the Marwood one spoke Spanish. Do you know what the suspects in the Princeton Avenue spoke?
I believe both of them are being described as black males. I don't believe there was a Spanish spoke by them, but I'm not sure.
Did the suspects in the Princeton Avenue recognize Or did the victims recognize the suspects in that case?
No, obvious. We've interviewed the victims, and they didn't recognize them in any way. They just gave us their best description of them. Like I said, they're covered from head to toe, except for the area of their eyes, just above their nose. You can see the handguns that they're holding in their hands. They have very dark clothing on, both pants and jackets. They're zipped up, and they have backpacks on. So it looks like gloves on their hands. So they're really concealed.
And did they go to the hospital or anything? Like, I know you said that they were hit over the head a lot with a.
Yeah,
sustained any injuries.
They were treated consistent with being struck with a firearm. So they were treated for any injuries they had. They were in stable condition.
Was it like broken nose?
Did it seem like people be worried? They were like, saw the randomly carrying home, like breaking
No, I really believe these individuals, for whatever reason, and we're trying to come to that as our motive. When they pick up the first individual, they said, "We're going to your brother's house." That isn't random. So this was well planned, and they were targeted. So it's obvious they were targeting them for a reason. They believed there was some type of cash that they had available, and there really was none there. So the demand just went empty, and then they fled.
What about the other?
The other two, there was one girl had some cash in her bedroom. The other one I have to check more into where that targeting may have came from. But at this point, no.
Did police look like kind of opportunity?
It looked like opportunity. She left the door open. A person went in. Could have been a burglary was being planned, and she came back. So it looks like she was encountered while this individual was inside her house.
We had heard the police were able to track a cell phone to get to that Albright Street location.
I'm not going to get too deep into it, but we were using all our technology to try to follow where the complainants were going. Like I said, this incident to the complainants probably felt like it was all day, but it was 45 minutes. They traveled a pretty good distance from northeast Philadelphia to South Philadelphia and into our Kensington area. So all that time, officers along the way were trying to find the vehicle.
And again, can you just clarify the South Philly connection they're asking me as we're broadcasting that?
Yeah, we believe we have the vehicle somewhere on Columbus Boulevard, picked up by one of our tag readers. However, at this point, we're backtracking to get that information. So we're just not sure what they were doing in the South Philadelphia area. But they were, the whole time they were driving, demanding them to turn over money and call somebody to get money available. So they could have just been driving, but we do, through one of our tag readers, pick up the vehicle down there.
Is this a lot of home invasions? I don't keep track of home invasions.
I would say it's an anomaly. I don't think they're connected, but it's like I said, the one may have been a burglary that turned into a home invasion because our victim came back, walked into the house, but I'm not really sure. I'd have to look at our statistics to compare. I couldn't tell you I couldn't tell you at this point if it's higher or not. This is really two incidents that look like they were intended to be home style robbers.
Sorry. Do you know if there's a reward for any of them?
I don't have any reward at this time.
Okay.
Can I just clarify how these incidents are reported under the crime statistics? Is this the burglary, like the second? Is it burglary home, or is this because there's a gun? Is it robbery? It's
going to be our top, I guess what we'd call case would be a robbery, but unfortunately now it's very confusing. But with NIBRs that we use, all the other crime categories get captured also. So it's a burglary, it's a robbery, it's all those things. But at top, it's going to be a robbery point of gun.
So
before,
robbery,
under the other way we counted, it was only the one thing. Now we kind of get them all captured, but it's certainly a robbery.
So it's robbery gun. Is that the
Yes.
line item it should be included in? Are
Yes.
you seeing an uptick in that category?
No, I
Is
think
this
we're
something
down
people
in
should-
robbery guns. We're
Robbery
down.
gun. Okay,
Yes.
but both the Marwood one and Princeton are robbery gun. Is that right?
Well, like the deputy was saying before, we'll have to see how the one where it looks like the victim may have come, we'll want how that's ultimately.
Okay.
Yeah, I
charged.
will let to see. And sometimes we have it as a robbery gun because somebody threatened the gun. You don't see the gun.
Okay.
This particular case I'm talking about right now, you can see the firearms displayed,
Okay.
and they actually use them to assault the individuals. All right.
Thank you.
Good.
One last thing, if they encounter any these people, what do you want them to do?
Yeah, if you're anywhere in these areas where we were, you have video, we're urging you to give us a call at our tip line. Obviously, if you know who they are, once we release these photos, please call us. We have detectives out now in all these areas where we know they were. looking for more video. So if we get better video, we'd like to release that to you. But at this point, the pictures are probably the best we have. All right, thank you.